Last week, I shared a really great example of a marketing and branding video that really does the job. I shared a campaign video from a woman named Kimberly Klacik, and if you go search her, she's running for Congress out in Baltimore right now, and this video that she did went completely viral. A week ago, when I featured it, there were 621,000 views on YouTube. And today, 8 days later, it has 750-some thousand views. So and she got rocketed also to the platform at the Republican National Convention last week because of this video. So it's clearly doing something for her. Now, if you watched it last week and then you listened to my analysis, if you watched the video and her video, the ad, and you saw how great it was, I shared some of the things that I found as being great marketing and branding lessons. And then, of course, as it should be, a lot of people came back and said, "Hey, here's also what we learned," or here's a twist on what you saw that might be even, and great ideas, some really great analysis in there from you guys, and always welcome that stuff. And so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go back and look at and watch this video again. And I'm going to do it for a couple of reasons. The first reason is I want to see if there's some new things that I see this time that I didn't see the first time. The second reason I'll explain after. So I watched it, and sure enough, I found a few things. In particular, I found three things that I want to share with you. Number one is that is that she took. You know how in business you'll see companies will say something like, "We've been in business for 62 years. You can count on us. You can trust us," or something like that, right? Well, what she's done is she pointed out that the Democratic Party it has been in power for 53 years. In office for 53 years, and she uses that as a negative against them. She says they've been there for 53 years, and kind of implies that, oh, you know what, they're out of touch. Or, they're selfish now. They've forgotten the reason why they went there in the first place. And so she's using that against them. So that was something I thought was interesting, is that if I'm up against, a well-entrenched company, I might want to use that against them. Okay. All right. The second thing, related to her red dress and red heels. And I pointed it out, but a number of you pointed out, even pushed it that it was even stronger than even how I kind of postured it, which reminded me, and I started thinking, okay, if how would I use this idea? Well, then I also remembered Schindler's List and the scene about the little girl in the red coat, surrounded by all these Nazis, and that the surrounding area is all in grayscale and she's in red coat. And so when you draw the comparison between that picture and Klacik's ad, you can see that she's obviously very, very effectively used that red dress and red heels, to pop her out in every scene, right? So I started thinking, okay, I could probably do that as well, but let's take it a step farther and do it more like what they did in Schindler's List. The third thing was a couple of things that she did in her message, the copywriting. Whoever wrote this really, hit a home run with this, and that was. Number one was that she asked the question, do you believe blah, blah, blah? Do you believe that Baltimore deserves better treatment? I don't remember exactly what she said, but to ask the question. So for example, if you are able to identify somebody's challenge or a problem that they have, you could have your message start with something along the lines of, do you believe that if you don't get this fixed, that the situation is going to get better for you? Or do you believe if you don't upgrade or switch to this, that this problem is going to go away? No. So you can use that phrase yourself. And another phrase that she had was where she's walking along the street and she said, if politicians walked the streets like I do, they would understand this, right? Well, she's not just saying that they're out of touch, but this is a really big thing from, talking about the moose. And that is, the better you understand the moose, the easier it's going to be for the moose to relate to you, easier for you to talk to them, and ultimately easier for you to develop a relationship with them and have them become a customer. So again, it's like saying, okay, if you have better experience at something, that you really should play that up from a perspective of, if my competitors had walked this path, that we have walked, then they would know what we know, but they haven't, right? Make sense? So anyway, those are the 3 other ideas that I took away from it. When I rewatched the campaign ad for Kimberly Klacik. Now, here's something I'm gonna suggest, because you know what, I love doing this stuff for you guys. And occasionally somebody will say, hey, oh my gosh, that really made a big difference. It really helped us. And then they'll say it. But I want to know that I'm giving you ideas. So I'm going to give you a challenge right now. I challenge you to go back, watch that video again, and then ask yourself, all right, what one thing can I steal from that video that I can use in my next marketing campaign, and see what kind of an idea you come up with. And when you do, go ahead and put it in the comments below. Can you hear my cat meowing to get in here? So I want to challenge you. Share with us, come up with an idea that you can actually use in a campaign, or in a promotion or something, and come back and tell us what you did. Okay? This is Steve Miller, better known as Kelly's dad and marketing gunslinger. Thanks again for watching Uncopyable Business this week. I am a professional speaker. Take 3. No, I'm not. I'm not going to stop. Appreciate you. I'll be back again next week. And until then, always remember to be uncopyable, and I'll see ya.